This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Good evening. It is a big shakeup in the real estate industry, one that could mean big savings for people buying and selling homes in the Bay Area. Realtors are being accused of conspiracy over high commissions. It all started with a case in Missouri, but similar lawsuits have been filed in Illinois, Florida, Pennsylvania, and now in California, one of the most expensive real estate markets in the country, as we all know. So in a typical sale, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars split between the buyers and seller agents. But our Lauren Toms shows this new lawsuit could actually slash those commissions.
We think that the way commission works as it stands today will be completely different by the end of next year.
2024 could be the year that brings a long-awaited shakeup to the real estate industry as lawsuits claiming conspiracy among real estate companies to inflate commission rates are being heard in court. And Nick Narodny, the head of online real estate company Alto, says homebuyers and sellers may see the change in their pockets.
There is a lot of evidence that commissions are being kept artificially high, right, by the industry at large.
That evidence was seen in a recent lawsuit filed in Missouri by a group of homeowners and buyers claiming major real estate brokerages artificially inflated commission rates, making it more expensive for people to buy or sell their homes.
Certainly, I didn't understand why I was paying for someone who I'd never met, will never meet, and wasn't doing anything for me.
It's a sentiment felt across the country amid skyrocketing home prices. In the Bay Area, with an average home price of over $1 million, commission fees tend to be 5% or $50,000 split between the buyer and seller's agents.
We could make much more American dreams happen if commissions were lower, right? Because that fee is baked into the price of the home. Every time a home sells, that fee is 5-6%. Which is just crazy. It adds up really, really quickly.
After a Missouri court ordered nearly $1.8 billion in damages, a similar lawsuit was brought in the North Bay aimed at the National Association of Realtors, Bay Area Real Estate Information Services, and several real estate brokerages. And Narodny says bursting the commission bubble could lead to a surge in home listings.
If you actually lower that fee, you decrease the friction to buy a home or sell a home. More homes can change hands.
For Narodny, he's staying ahead of the curve by working off preset fees and thinks this could be an option for future agents.
Our best bet is that buyers will have to negotiate their fees with their own agent, right? So I'm hiring you to do a job and we talk about what I'm going to pay you, similar to like if tiles being installed or a lot of other services that you get, versus a fixed fee, no matter the service level, no matter the person, which is a whole new thing that's like never been done before. And I just think getting there is going to be pretty messy.
So we have reached out to all groups involved in the California lawsuit, but have not heard back. But after the landmark Missouri ruling, the National Association of Realtors said, quote, "This matter is not close to being final as NAR plans to appeal. It's a case we'll certainly continue to watch." All right, let's talk car insurance. Boy, those rates are through the roof, and California drivers are not only paying more, many others are having a hard time getting insured. Drivers across the state are waiting longer than usual to get coverage, and once they do, the rates can be pricey. One driver says her rate has gone up 4.5%.
But I'm sort of at that age now where I would expect my auto insurance rates to start coming down instead of going up. Safe driver, no accidents, no tickets, no nothing.
The California Department of Insurance is now investigating drivers' complaints and also the wait times. All right, now to the Warriors. Fans are reacting to the indefinite suspension of Draymond Green. Take a listen.
You know, he talks a lot of talk, but lately he hasn't been backing it up. So if he can't back it up, then, you know, I'm sorry. You know, I love the guy, but it's time to move on.
We can all agree it's a difficult situation for fans, the team, and surely Draymond himself. So Matt Lively joining me now to explain the situation.
Yeah, this suspension is going to be Green's second of the season. It's his fourth in the last 9 months. And what's different about this one, Julia, is that we don't know when it's going to end, which is concerning. Green was banned indefinitely by the league on Wednesday. He won't be able to return until he meets certain league and team conditions. Former Warrior Kevin Durant, he missed Tuesday's game in Phoenix, but he famously had an incident with Green when the two were teammates in 2018. He spoke last night on the suspension.
I know Draymond, and that's not, you know, he doesn't he hasn't been that way when I was around him and coming into the league. So hopefully he gets the help he needs and get back on the court and, put all this stuff behind him.
General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. spoke today in L.A., and he wouldn't guarantee that Draymond's behavior will change. He also added that at this point in his career and life where you just want to get some things straightened out, it's concerning. And, he's going to be a huge, huge miss. He just signed a 4-year, $100 million deal in June. So the Warriors want him on the court.
Of course. Yeah, stakes are high.
Stakes are really high.
And the fine is an accumulation kind of past behavior, I understand.
Yeah, if this was a one-off, if this was just, it happened, Draymond's not facing that serious of a punishment, but this is repeat behavior, and so there has to be a punishment for it.
Yeah, maybe there could be a silver lining down the road.
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Julia.
All right, the San Francisco Department of Public Health has released new data that shows more people died from an accidental drug overdose so far this year than any other year on record, 752 through the end of November. 80% of all the deaths involved fentanyl. The death toll surpasses the record of 712 set in 2020. So the city is trying to get a handle on those rising numbers through wastewater surveillance. Similar to what we saw during the pandemic, they'll be testing the wastewater for drugs to try and track and respond to potential surges in overdoses.
We don't anticipate any privacy issues. These data are anonymous and give us a snapshot of risky substance use at a city level.
The hope is that this kind of testing will fill in the gaps often missed by traditional data that only get updated when someone dies. Marin County was one of the first to try this kind of strategy, which has since been adopted by more than 70 communities across the country. All right, a Sonoma County judge has ordered a 16-year-old Montgomery High School student to probation for stabbing a classmate to death back in March. According to the Press Democrat, his probation could last up to 5 years depending on his behavior and compliance with the terms issued by the judge. So it comes a day after the city school board of trustees endorsed plans to bring school resource officers back to campuses as a result of the spike in violent incidents across the system. Hundreds of parents, teachers, students, and community members attended Wednesday's meeting, with the final vote at 11:30 p.m. coming in 5-2 in favor of the idea. All right, take a look at the annual boat parade. Look at this. Newport Beach boats of all shapes and sizes decked out in lights and other holiday-themed displays. The grandson of the parade's founder says it came together seemingly out of nowhere.
My grandfather put a Christmas tree on one of his Bubble Island ferries and put City of Newport Beach employees on the ferry to sing Christmas carols around the harbor, and boats just fell in behind it, lighted up their boats, and that was kind of the genesis of the parade, and it's just evolved ever since into what you see now, which is something magnificent. Magical there. This year marks the 115th running of the parade.
All right, we've all heard about the pickleball craze, but there's a new sport, that's getting popular, and it is called foaling. So what the heck is that, you may ask? Well, it's a combination of football and bowling. The rules are simple. All you got to do is throw a football, try to knock down the bowling pins. First team to knock down all the pins wins.
It's a lot harder than it looks. You'd be shocked. It's a good distance, and sometimes you'll be great, and then sometimes you won't hit anything for 4 or 5 throws.
All right, and then you do the bonk honk. Foaling has a national league. This warehouse is in Texas. We did a quick search. So far, not a lot of foaling in California. It could become a thing, though. We'll see. Thanks for watching. The news continues at 8 on PIX Plus or 44 Cable 12. We'll see you right back here at 11. Have a good one.